Since the October municipal election, The Source has been introducing you to some of Niagara's newest politicians. Today, Niagara-on-the-Lake's Adriana Vizzari joins us. Adriana, you're settling into the role. How has it been so far?
Really well, I think. We've had amazing training as up till now. They've been really getting us a robust training, giving us this training that we can sort of have an idea of what's to expect. And we've had budget training last night, which was excellent. The town staff is really on board with getting the councillors ready for the term. So it's been exciting, and it's been really good so far. Thank you.
It's something we don't really think about, that new politicians and even a new council with only, I think it's 4 new members? Is it 4 new members in Niagara-on-the-Lake?
Yes, 4. Yeah, plus a new mayor, yes.
And plus the new mayor. So when you look at this, they are inexperienced, many of them, coming into this role.
Yes, it's actually funny you say that. When I sort of saw the agenda and it was heavily with training, I thought, oh, that's actually great. I didn't think of it either, so yes.
What kind of things did you go through for this training process?
We've worked on the Municipal Act, we're working on budget training, we're working on just good governance, so all of the things, and media training, so I hoped
yeah, this is
exactly, this is throwing me in. But just what to expect and the expectations as a councillor and how to best do the job and to work for the residents.
Why did you run?
Great question. Why did I run? I really truly feel that representation matters, and I felt that going forward as a town, there's so much growth, there's so many young families, there's so much, like where the direction that we're going is a big change, and I felt that we needed someone with, like myself, to represent those citizens. So
you live in St. David's.
I do.
And that is one of the communities that is growing exponentially of the 5 major communities in Niagara-on-the-Lake.
Yes.
You really wanted to focus, and I know a lot of what you talked about during your campaign was focusing on some issues in that particular village.
Absolutely. I think it's important that St. David's has representation, a councillor that people can call on, that can speak to issues in St. David's. I really felt that that was lacking, especially with the growth that we've had over the last term. We haven't had anybody representing St. David's in the last term, so I'm hoping to do that.
Unlike St. Catharines, where it is a ward system,
Correct.
There is not a ward system in Niagara-on-the-Lake.
No, there's not, and I think that this election really, St. David's came out and voted for me as a representative, so I think that the people really spoke to what they wanted, even without a ward system.
What do you see as some of the issues that face the residents of St. David's?
In canvassing and in speaking to people and in just understanding through the election or to the campaign process, definitely the speed on some of the roads is a concern. We don't have a community facility for the residents to host meetings or camps or anything. We do have this aging pool that I would like to see something happen with. That's definitely a top priority. So just a community facility, and to have growth that the community supports. So just having a voice for what the direction we want to go as a village.
Can I ask you, in politics, do you have someone that you look up to? Is there someone that, not that necessarily that you want to model yourself after, but someone who inspired you to get into politics?
I think that just having seen women being represented and mothers, and I think that it's important that we show that there's just a lack of women in municipal politics and politics in general. So I think every strong woman that came before me has been a great influence and a great example as to where we can end up and go.
Now, I'm going to bring this up. We spoke prior to the election, and I asked you a question on the telephone, and I think I kind of offended you a little bit, because I asked you, how will you manage your time? And you felt that it was an unfair question to ask a woman, and maybe a question that a man wouldn't be asked. I didn't mean it that way, but because you do have 4 children,
yes.
That was what was brought up. And women do face some different questions and some different, opinions and biases about what they can and can't do in politics. Totally unfair.
I definitely think that there has been a bias in my campaign, and just speaking personally, but I think that the town overlooked that and voted for me and understood that that I am capable and can manage my time with that, with young children. I don't think that the questions were necessarily asked to the other candidates that would have
You're
young
right.
families.
You're
I think
right.
that there was definitely a bias there. But the only way to continue is to keep working, keep showing up, keep representing and showing. I have daughters, and I think representing that showing that I can be in this position is the only way that we can move forward with that.
Transit, the changes are already taking place. They've already taken hold.
Yes.
What does that mean for Niagara-on-the-Lake?
For Niagara-on-the-Lake Transit,
Yeah, so just in Niagara-on-the-Lake in general, for residents in Niagara-on-the-Lake, getting transit service and, adjusting to the new regional transit system.
right. So it's actually interesting. We spoke to this last night at the council meeting. I think that there's information that's out, more to come. I think hopefully it's it's in the right direction. I think that for us, it's important that we have the information that's accessible and easy to follow. So one of the things that the council's really trying to promote is easy information to digest by citizens. So if the transit system is, if they know where to find the information, they know where the schedule is, they know how it works, there's support in these situations, then I think going forward, it's a positive for the town.
Mayor Zalepa wants to have some open sessions in each of the 5 villages. When will those start?
I'm not sure when they'll start, but this, I guess, comes back to having a community facility in St. David's, because currently there would be nothing that the town could host that is owned by the town. But hoping that, we have to do budgeting first, so we're gonna work on the budget. That goes till about mid-February, and then past that, we will talk about what those sessions look like, if they're just more of like a town hall idea, or if there'll be full meetings.
Perfect. We'll look forward to those dates. Now, I'm going to finish this interview a little bit differently than I've ever done any other interviews. You and I have a common relation. I'm going to say hello to my cousin Barb, your Aunt Barb right now. Can you do that?
Barb, love you, and yes, we do. We speak fondly of her every time we meet, so that is our mutual connection.
So we'll say goodbye. Barb, you should be proud of your niece. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Mike.